Come on in. My name is Bill Tobin, and this is your Restaurant Leadership 365 Flash Briefing for Wednesday, March 17th, 2021. This week, we are focusing on the biggest mistakes that restaurants make when they open. When I asked this question in an online clubhouse last week, the conversations were consistent, and we were able to narrow it down to about 10 things. This week, I'm focusing on the top 5 that I think are fixable. Today's mistake is new restaurants hiring friends and family. First, when I became a manager for the first time, I had been a bartender at the same restaurant. Several months into the job, one of the other bartenders, who was my friend, was about to get fired and pulled me into her alibi in an attempt to save her job. When I didn't support her story, I lost a friend. Even though I lost a friend, I didn't learn my lesson well, because when we first opened Tiki's, it was with 2 college friends. One I knew better than the other, and we had our first falling out before the restaurant was even open. And within 5 years, one of the 3 of us was out. There were only 2 partners at the end of it all. 18 years later, we seldom see that third friend who didn't stay with it. Both of these instances hurt quite a bit, and I warn people not to hire friends and family. But speaking of that, what if it is family? My first general manager position was to replace a chef's brother. The restaurant was named after the chef, and the chef and his partner decided that they had to let the brother go. They fired the GM, who was his brother. They fired him and brought me in to do a turnaround, and the chef and his brother didn't talk for years. I don't know, they still might not talk. The problem with friends and family is holding people accountable. Either your relationship clouds your judgment in their abilities and the job that they're doing, or they think that they could get away with more because of that relationship. From showing up late to work to not showing up for work, it's hard to hold people you care about to the same standards you set for the rest of the staff. But if you do, they see it as you picking on them or being unreasonable. Nowadays, it's unlikely for my close friends to ask me for a job in my restaurant, but I do often get asked if I'd consider hiring a friend's son or daughter. I make it a habit to be very direct at the beginning and say that I'm happy to evaluate their family members as a job candidate. Then I continue by saying, however, if we do decide to hire them, you have to promise me not to get mad at me when they get disciplined or fired. You won't have access to any details regarding their personnel issues. And finally, you can't call me up and say that Johnny needs Sunday off because you want to watch the Super Bowl with him. This will strictly be a relationship between your child and the company. So your task for today: avoid hiring friends and family unless you're willing to hold them accountable. Now go make it happen. Do you have a comment or a tip for restaurant leaders? Text me at 808-201-0550 or find me at restaurantleadership365.com. This is Bill Tobin. Thanks for coming in. See you tomorrow.